views and opinions expressed are those of the host and guest and not necessarily those of TalkTainmentRadio.com, the management, the staff, or K&E World Network, LLC.
Hello, everyone. This is TalkTamerRadio.com, and we're looking at Stairway to Heaven. And my guest is today is Paul Fletcher, the son of Bruce Fletcher of the Five Stars of Harmony, and they are one of the most talented groups here in the city. Uh, I'd like to Paul, are you there?
Yes, I am, Louis. Good to be here with you, and thanks for the opportunity to talk with you and your audience about the upcoming appreciation day that we're going to have for my dad, Bruce Fletcher, as you already stated, who was a long time member of the five-star harmonizers, and he'll be turning 90 years old this year, Louis, and we've decided it's past time that we show him how much we richly honor his service in both the Christian as well as the gospel music community. So thank you very much for having me on.
I'm very proud to do this because I've been knowing your dad for a long time. He was the first one that gave me my opportunity when I first came here. And if it went for him and my brother-in-law William Bowie that gave me the start here in the city of Columbus, I would know where I would be today. So I'm very happy that I had the glad opportunity to meet your dad, and your dad is a very, very nice gentleman. He's sort of like a mentor towards me, and he showed me some things. And I'm with him every Sunday at church, but I am glad to see him. You had a June 10th this appreciation. What decided you to bring that? Brought that up. What? How much? Are we showing him much love?
Well, he's going to be turning 90 in December of this year, and I got to thinking, Louis, that I don't think he's ever had an appreciation, and he's one of the last remaining what I would consider legacy and legends of gospel music here in Columbus, Ohio. I think Brother J.C. J.C. Woods
Right.
is one of the other few remaining, singers, great lead singers, from back in the day that's still here with us.
Right.
So, want to kind of give Dad his flowers while he's still with us, and so we're going to have an appreciation program. It's kind of a secret. We haven't really told him, but at 90, he doesn't do much on the internet or social media or any of that. So I think we're pretty safe in talking about it today. But we're going to be at the Greater Ebenezer Cathedral of Praise at 2645 Fairwood Avenue there in Columbus, and the doors will open at 3:30, and we're going to kick off the program at 4 o'clock. So I'm just really hoping and praying that we're going to have a good turnout and that folks will come in. We're going to have, a number of groups from the city to actually perform in his honor, and have a number of presentations as well as remarks from those who've worked with him over the years.
Okay. Would you name some of the groups that will be there?
Yes, we've got the Keys of Harmony will be there, as well as J.R. and Company, who's an old dear friend of Dad's, been working with them for a while. Mm-hmm. Another legacy group, the Lyric Supremes.
Yes.
They've been around for a while. And, looking to have the Davis Angels, who one of the mind groups here in town, and of course, Louis, we have our own Praise Temple Mimes, and I'm hoping that they'll be there for to help celebrate him as well. And the Sons of God, Terry Ragland,
Yeah.
that's his group, even though he plays bass for us.
Right.
He's going to be there as well, and a couple others. I'm hoping to get Ronnie Lyles, who used to be with, interestingly enough, right, the Spiritual Tornadoes. You mentioned your brother-in-law, I believe you said, Brother Bowie,
Right.
who was also a great lead singer in his own right. But Ronnie is like one of the last original members of the Spiritual Tornadoes, so I'm really hoping to get him out there, as well as Kenny Dawson, to represent the old gospel Clouds of Joy. I hope people still remember those guys.
Oh, yes, I remember the Gospel Clouds of Joy, because Bill Rash was my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Rash was my brother-in-law. Yes, I remember the Gospel Clouds of Joy.
Yeah, and of course I remember Bill Rash. Bill Rash actually had a stint with the Five Stars for a while when I came back to Columbus and started singing with the Five Stars, and my Uncle Sam Jamar. And,
I remember him.
Yeah, Preacher Morgan and his boys were playing with us and playing for us. And so I got a chance to really learn from some of the great lead singers that have been a part of the Columbus gospel music community. I think of people like Walter Fleming, and we've had some really amazing talent here in the Columbus market, and I got a chance to pick all of their brains and learn from all of them, as well as from my own dad. So, rich tradition of gospel music in Columbus.
Yes, that is true. Also, I'd like to get permission to play one of your songs off the CD, and as I'm saying, I'm going to say this, for those who don't know, I do not own the music, but I do have permission. I have permission to play the music, Paul?
Absolutely. I do own the rights to our music, and I'd be really thankful and honored if you would play it, and you certainly have my permission to do so.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And also, I like to say this, I was there when all the old greats were there. I was there. I just moved up here when I ran into all the greats.
Yeah.
When I came up here with the Mighty Ray Shackelford and the Mighty Gospel Travelers, I came up here. When I moved up here, I got what. That's what I believe. Your father was the first one I played for.
Now, Ray Shackelford, was he out of Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I remember a couple other guys from the Blind Boys. I can't remember the lead singer's name out of Cincinnati.
Curtis, not Curtis, Sandy Foster Jr.
Sandy Foster. Yeah, and his dad was a big promoter down there in Cincinnati, and of course, they all loved my dad. I mean, that's how I got to know all these guys. They were, really good friends with my dad, and I think back in those days, Louis, you'd probably know this better than I do, because I had left Columbus for a while, but I think all of us were part of the National Quartet Convention, National Quartet Union, I believe it was called back then, which included all of the major groups, the CLAUDE, the Keynotes, Blair, and all the groups were a part of the union back in those days.
Yeah, the CLAUDEs, the Keynotes. I believe the Violinaires was part of it.
And, I think the Jackson Southerners, they were
right.
a part of that. The Dixie Hummingbirds, the Jews, Pilgrim Jubilees, and the Caravans. I think they all, the Highway QCs, the Blind Boys.
Yes.
We all were. It was a very strong union back in those days, and got to meet a lot of really good people.
And I wish I like to say, I wish that we can start that union back up again. I wish we could somebody come and start that union back up again.
Yeah, I've heard other people say the same thing, Louis, that they really would like to get the groups back together and, get some unity and, develop some power as a result of everybody working together instead of working individually, so that all the groups, can continue to prosper.
Right.
Just like in the sports world, there's only a certain percentage of groups that actually make it all the way to the top, if you want to look at it that way. But there are a lot of other really good, strong groups who, do a fantastic job, who are really devoted and committed to gospel ministry. And it would be great if, we could all just kind of band together and help each other out, because, as you know, it's not always easy, particularly when you're on the road and, you're going from one city to the other, and you have to be concerned about transportation and feeding, the guys, making sure they're well taken care of, the expenses that go along with with performing, from, instruments and amplifiers and clothing. It takes quite a bit.
Yeah, and gas. Yes, it does. Excuse me for cutting me out. Yes, that is. It is. It is like that. Let me do this quick shout out right quick to my family, right? My wife, Pat, Jennifer, Scott, Jerome, Corlett. Well, now here comes a song. Forgive me to play one of your songs.
Okay. Absolutely. Please, get my permission to do so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Every life, coloring must fall. You make it alright. You make it alright. Whatever you need, take it to Jesus. He'll make it right. He'll make it right. Oh, I know. He'll make it right. He'll make it right. Oh, he'll make it right. I know God will make it right. Whatever you need. Oh, take it to Jesus. He'll make it right. Oh, he'll make it right. Let me tell you this.
Okay, that's the 5 stars singing. He will make it right. That is Deacon Bruce Fletcher of the 5 stars. And as I said before, I don't own the music, but I do have permission to play it from Paul. And he will make it right. And like I said, June 10th, we're giving him that big appreciation. He's one of the gospel legends here in Columbus, Ohio. And I'm hoping that everyone will be there.
Yes, absolutely. And please come out and show your support, show your love for Deacon Bruce Fletcher. And again, we'll be at the Greater Ebenezer Cathedral of Praise at 2645 Fairwood Avenue. And again, the doors open at 3 o'clock. At 3:30, and the program will start at 4 o'clock. And of course, there's no charge. We invite everybody to come out and just be a part of what we hope to be a really wonderful and evening to show our appreciation for Deacon Bruce Fletcher.
Yeah, that will be a beautiful show. Beautiful.
Yes.
It's gonna be a beautiful. That's gonna be great. I can't wait. I can't wait to be there.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, we're getting prepared. We're getting everything ready, and again, we're really hoping that Columbus will turn out and show their appreciation. Can I tell you? Can I say something about that song you just played?
Yes.
There,
Yeah.
That song is the title is "He'll Make It Right," as you said. That song was actually produced by the late Robert Williams, and Robert Williams was a member of our church, Praise Temple Community Church, and he played keyboard and guitar and actually did a lot of the arrangements on that song, even though my dad and Mark Harrison, who was also no longer with us, but Mark Harrison and Dad actually wrote the song, and Mark is featured later on in a portion of the song as well. He had a beautiful falsetto voice, and we had a lot of fun in the studio putting that song together.
Yeah, that song is so pretty. I mean, it's real pretty. I kind of like that. I got to hang that song myself.
Yeah, it was one of the good ones for us. It was very popular. Still, people still ask for that song to this day.
Well, I'll put my first bid that I'll be asking for that song too.
Okay.
I'll be asking for that song, and look, hopefully I'll probably be playing a lot of it. A lot of it. Yeah.
Well, no, go ahead. I was just gonna say, we've been across the nation singing, mostly original materials. We don't do a lot of, covers. We tend to write our own material, and we've had some luck with songs like that and others. Where people, they remember us.
Yeah.
When we come back, and that's a good thing. One of the highlights, I guess, of singing is when you go to a city and then you go back and people are actually singing your songs. So,
oh yeah, how well I know.
Yeah, they've been playing them and listening to them, so it makes you feel really good, and hopefully, they're internalizing the words of the song, and it really helps them, spiritually as well. So.
Yeah. In fact, all those songs are helpful spiritually.
Yeah.
Very spiritual. And, I really enjoy listening to them and playing them. And hopefully, when we do this, next time we do this, we're gonna be in the studio.
Absolutely. And again, let me thank you for allowing me to do this. Most folks don't know that I actually live in Maumee, right outside of Toledo. So I do appreciate you allowing me to call in and do this. But I look forward to being in the studio with you and Kari on the next occasion.
Okay, yeah, because we got your sister. We're gonna try to get your sister in here to explain her little program. Am I right?
Yeah, and I'll absolutely be listening and supporting that as well. I think she's going to bring a really good message, particularly for the young folk.
Right.
So hopefully they'll tune in for that.
Yeah, because my wife will be interviewing her on that show. My wife is going to be doing the interview. So time for me to get her back in the studio so she can do her show. So.
Well, I'm excited about that. I really am. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, so we're gonna give her a call and talk to her and everything, and see if she wants to do it, and then give her that shot. I believe my wife. I don't know, when she do her show. I think your sister's gonna be part of her show. Yeah, I believe your sister's gonna be part of it. I'm letting the cat out the bag, but just don't say anything I told you.
Okay. Well, that's great news.
That's great. Yeah. But I'm really surprised to see this, and I believe that's going to be a beautiful, great big event coming out.
Yes, and again, just so that folks don't forget, at the Greater Ebenezer Cathedral of Praise at 2645 Fairwood Avenue on Saturday, June the 10th. And the doors again will open at 3:30, and we're going to kick that program off at 4. And it'll be filled with good music and presentations and other awards and remarks. So, I'm just imploring people from from Columbus, from the gospel and Christian community to come out. I mean, again, Daddy been doing this for a long, long time.
Oh, yes, he
and,
has.
It would just, I'm sure would make his heart and his soul feel good to see faces. And I hope we get a lot of people that we haven't seen in a while. You know what I mean, Louis? Like people that haven't been around for a while, and they'll come out and kind of surprise him. So I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking for that. I'm looking for some of the former members, if some of them still around.
Yeah. Some of them are still around. I guess the oldest member now actually is Dad, but there's still a few guys that have been around. Like I said, some of the Taylor boys who used to play with us, they're still around. So hopefully Albert and some of the other, Taylor boys, and them boys could play and sing. I don't know if people remember the Taylor brothers, but man, that whole family is talented.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened to them.
Yeah, they're still around. We've lost some of them. Dwayne Taylor was one of our very first guitar players, and man, that guy, his fingers. I mean, he could tickle those strings like nobody I've ever seen. He was amazing guitarist. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm still hoping. Butch Monroe, I know he's still around. He worked with us. Yeah. Some of Preacher's boys, his boys are still out there. So I'm hoping they're all going to show up. Yeah, and,
me too. Because, like I say, the one and only Preacher Morgan.
Yeah. He's a legend in his own right too.
Right. Preacher Morgan was something else.
Yes, he was.
He really was down to earth musician, and he had one problem. He was just great. That's all to it.
Well, some of the toughest, roughest rehearsals I've ever had was with Preacher Morgan, because he was a real stickler for getting things right, and he would go over it again and again and again. But I tell you, when you hit that stage to perform with him, you can count on him to push you and make sure that you were delivering your best. Right. And to me, that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, I just feel like if you're going to sing gospel music, you should give it your best. You should, give God what He gave you, which was His best, right?
Right.
And so, that's why I think it's important for rehearsal and for guys to take it seriously, because you never know who's sitting out there listening and what impact you're going to have on some young boy or young girl, or someone who just needs to hear a word or two to uplift them.
Yeah, that is so good. That was so beautiful. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward, I forgot something I wanted to say, but I forgot. But I said, I'm gonna say this: all you former members of the 5 Stars of Harmony, be there.
Be there.
Please be there.
That's right.
Because I would love to see you.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't meet me there, beat me there.
Right.
Let me shake your hand as you're coming through the door.
Right. I would love to see you. And I'd love to see something. Okay, Paul, thank you very much. And I'll see you soon. And to my to my YouTube friends and family, remember this. The mind's not but a garden. What you put in it grows. And also, see you next time. And to all my Choral Lab friends, see you next time. Thank you.